Alrighty, this is Tom Eckert coming at you live from Sisemore Weisz Studios here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And today I wanted to go over a little bit about doing a quick volumetrics on a stockpile. And with Pix4D, we are using the latest version. It is the desktop version, Pix4D Pro. First thing we're looking at is our ray cloud. Remember the different views. You can go to your map view, you get a planimetric. There's a ray cloud view. And I like to start with this one because what it does is it gives me an idea of the visualization. Now this is General Materials over in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and I've done a little bit of work. You can see there's a few pins, but these are just the coordinated pixels, the tie points that came from the images. Over on the left hand side of the screen you'll see that you can turn on the point clouds, and with the densified point clouds it will load. Here's your status bar here, and you can change the display properties of that. And I just really want to emphasize some of the features on just the display properties themselves. The top one is the screen align quads. That's the default, but the spherical points, if the thermal, is sometimes a great way to look at the same data. It is allowing for better when we've got the spherical points, you can do the align quads from a large scale view. You will not see the difference, but as you zoom in, the ability to look at, there's the align quads, and here's the thermal points. They show up as little balls, little spheres, and I find that so easy to pick out some of the ground control points, some of the break lines. And so the spherical points is one that I use quite a bit. So even on the screen align quads, I'm going to change that to spherical points on how I'm looking at the particular point cloud itself. So when we're doing animations, a lot of times we'll turn on the mesh. Notice this area here, and what the mesh does is it just fills in the gaps. You've got a blackout. When you turn on your triangle mesh and check in your status bar here as it loads, the mesh will go and actually fill in. Now that's just artistic paint there. Here's why it had a problem. As you notice all the noise that's on the point cloud there, those points will be eliminated or deleted as a region when we do the surface modeling for volumetrics. In the stockpiles, it came out pretty well. There's not that much noise because of the contrast, and so you might see this floating up in the air here. It's pretty fun. This is a power line, and so this is the top of the power line. It got the base of the power pole fairly well, and then it picks up on the top where the cross beam is. So anyway, that's a little bit about the site itself. Now we've got the triangle mesh on. We can look at it from many different views, and I will turn off the cameras and the rays, and we will go into the volumes. Volumes is the next one down. It's real simple. Now you're looking at it, and with the volumes, you notice that the mesh is off, that it won't allow you to do the volumes with the mesh, even though in the ray cloud viewer it was there. And when we look at particular volumes, we would come over to one pile, and we'll do this one here. We haven't done this one yet. This is some crushed stone. Looks like it might be just gravel, maybe 3/8 inch gravel. And you hit the little button here for a new volume. It says lift click to mark the vertices of the base. And so what you're doing is you're picking out the base of the particular pile. This one is fairly easy. The sun isn't casting too many shadows. Notice the green is already starting to come up with some fills. There's a few different ways to select the base surface, whether it's at an inclined plane, whether you pick an individual elevation, if you have a consistent grade that you're using as a base elevation to match one surface volume to the next. And as we come along here, that does pretty good. right click on it, actually saves it. Measurements have not been computed. This little button here says compute measurements. Now we're looking at this, we've got very simple file really. When we hit compute, it will go, make sure that I got it, and turn it to red and produce the 3D terrain area. That particular area, you can click this button here to export. When you're exporting, you can choose particular settings. Those settings are the different file formats, either shape, DXF, or DGN. And also a KML file. It's pretty nice. You can just have a KML that will slurp right into Google Earth and will give you the base surface of the volumes itself. This report is available. You can list it out. A lot of times I'll do a screen capture and just have the particular volume in 3 dimensions and the report of what the total volume is. So that's it, quick and simple. Thanks for watching.